Good evening. Afternoon. As she said, my name is Keion Carpenter. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. Went to Woodlawn High School, went to Virginia Tech, graduated in 3.5 years. Was blessed to play 8 years in the NFL. And I did meet my dad until I was 21 years old. Never laid eyes on him, didn't know what he looked like, couldn't pick him out of the lineup. And what I want to focus on is the village that we got to bring back.
Come on. Come on.
We sit and we want to wait for something miraculous to happen. We want to wait on the government to do something miraculous to happen. And it's not going to happen. The community belongs to those of us who live in it. It's our responsibility to take care of our children, to protect our children. I'm going to name 3 names: Marvin Brown, Mark Green, John Hansberg. Those were my three dads growing up. They were coaches. They were my little league coaches. And I share that to say is each of us in here is a coach. The question is, are we really going to accept that responsibility? It's a responsibility to become a life coach. It's not about being a sports coach. So what we do at Shutdown Academy is we take the holistic approach of mentoring and tutoring our kids. And the funny thing that we do is I trick them. I trick our kids. I tell them, come on, play football. Come on, sign up. But then when I get you in, I teach you about life and the tools that you need to navigate through life, because this is sometimes what we're not getting at home. As I said, I didn't have a dad. I didn't know, my mom was, she's just everything to me. She was just so real to me that I didn't even know that I needed a dad. And it was until I became a father of my own that I really understood that, man, I got these precious babies looking at me that I'm in charge of, and I have a responsibility to be there for them at all costs. And I think that until we get back to loving our children, we can throw out all the statistics. You can put a number by all these statistics, but this thing called love, you can't put a statistic by that. We got to go 100% in. It's got to be 100, 120, whatever number you want to put in. We got to be all in for our kids. We got to get back to that village. My mom worked 2 and 3 jobs to support us, to support me, to make sure I had back then whatever the best of whatever it was and was supposed to be. But it was the next door neighbor that looked out for me when she was at work. It was the lady around the corner who looked out for me when maybe I wanted to go out and I was supposed to be in when the street lights came on. Okay. We got to get back to that village. Stop waiting for people to wave a magic wand and think that this thing gonna go away. The streets are ours, but we are afraid. We can't be afraid anymore. I fly back. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but because it means so much to me, I fly back and forth from Atlanta to Baltimore at least 2 times out of each month, because those kids that I work with, I was one of them. I look into them kids' eyes, I see me. Had those 3 gentlemen that I named didn't take a particularly unconditional love for me, and they didn't give birth to me, they didn't do anything, they didn't have any connection to me, I probably would not even be standing here. But because of them and obviously the graces of God he kept his hands on me through when I didn't know anything.
That's right.
I'm here. So for me, people ask me, man, you played 8 years in the league. Why do you do this? I'm supposed to do this. And if we did, just think about it. If all of us did what we were supposed to do, a lot of this stuff wouldn't even be a factor. I don't think I'm doing anything special. I don't like getting awards and stuff for this, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to reach back and take care and try to help somebody else do better than I'm doing. So the only thing I want to do is I want to encourage that coach that's in you. It's in you. And don't be afraid. Because the one thing that we do at Shutdown Academy is we show love. And we're consistent with it. Every day that we get these kids. We don't know what's going on at home. We don't know if they even having a meal. But the one thing that they get from us is unconditional love. And we got to bring that village back. Because our kids are our responsibility. Thank you.
So today's event, give me a feedback off today's event.
I think it's great. Anytime you get a room full of people that are dealing with the same issues and looking for answers, that we can have a dialogue, a constructive dialogue to see exactly what are we doing wrong, and more importantly, how can we find the solutions to do them right. And I think today was just a start. This is I speak all over the world, and to be able to just sit and talk to the hearts of the people and see exactly what they're struggling with, and see how we can interact and see if there's some things that I can share in an intimate setting that can help, and they can also help me. There's some things that I know that I don't know that's going on that they can help. So, I mean, the dialogue was just awesome. I think this was a great event, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Okay, so explain your organization itself.
Well, the Carpenter's House is my 501c3, and we provide permanent housing for single mothers, single fathers, and low-income families. And then underneath that, like a branch underneath that is Shutdown Academy, where we kind of focus on the kids and the holistic approach of the mentoring, the tutoring, and just kind of equipping them with life skills by using sports. So we're working with the families and trying to clean the neighborhoods up and get them situated in their home life, and then we're working with the kids to try to keep them off the streets and provide a safe, structured learning environment for them so they can be successful in their future endeavors.
Okay, and how do you feel like this? How does this? Kind of goes with what happens today. What happened today?
Well, it's a lot of information. I mean, there's some information that I can take back into my organization and help implement. Some great speakers here today, and just from the people, hearing their problems and their concerns, and doing our best to keep addressing them, keep striving to make this world a better place. And what better way to find that and get that in a setting like this, and with the plethora of information that we got. And I just think overall this was an awesome event.